Emergence of a Counterculture, Lesson 49, Emergence of a Counterculture. What was the impact of the counterculture on American society? Introduction. Bob Dylan grew up listening to rock and roll on the radio and wanted to become a rock star as a teenager. His dreams shifted while attending the University of Minnesota in 1959 when he became passionate about traditional American folk music. Dylan dropped out of college, moved to New York City, and started performing as a folk singer in the Greenwich Village nightclubs. Unlike other musical performers, Dylan was not showy or handsome. He did not have a strong singing voice. Still, people engaged with his music. Playing accompanying guitar and harmonica, Dylan sang about racial injustice, nuclear war, and other issues that defined the period of social change. His lyrics were more similar to beat poetry than the simple rhymes of current teenage love songs. In one of his early hits, he predicted an imminent moral clash between young adult baby boomers and their parents. Come, mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend a hand, for the times they are changing. Bob Dylan, Times They Are Changing. 1964, Dylan's lyrics resonated with millions of young people in the 1960s, regardless of age. His fans observed racial discrimination, riots, poverty, and political assassinations in the United States and concluded that the society must change. As some people experimented with new ways of living, they personally redefined traditional ideals of freedom and democracy. In this way, they created a counterculture, or a group with ideas and behaviors very different from those of the mainstream culture. Baby boomers launch a cultural revolution. The post-war baby boom created the largest generation of children in American history. The oldest baby boomers were nearing their 20s in the early 1960s. Most baby boomers anticipated futures full of opportunity, but some felt guilty for having advantages denied to many Americans. They believed that American society was deeply flawed, rife with materialism, racism, and inequality, but that it could change. Activists on college campuses form a new left. In response to poor Americans' plight, small groups of student activists created a movement called the New Left. In the Depression era, Old Left. Some members were radicals who supported a worldwide communist revolution. However, the students who comprised the New Left rejected communism. Inspired by the civil rights movement, they were committed to upholding democratic American ideals, like ensuring all citizens had a say in the government. The strongest subgroup of the New Left were the Students for Democratic Society, SDS. Students for Democratic Society, SDS. In 1962, the SDS students